Recorded Books presents an unabridged recording of Deal with the Dead by Les Standiford, narrated by Ron McLarty. This work is copyrighted 2001 by Les Standiford. This recording is copyrighted 2002 by Recorded Books. The novel begins with a quotation. Reserving judgments is a matter of infinite hope. F. Scott Fitzgerald, The Great Gatsby. And now, Deal with the Dead.
Prologue. Palm Beach, Florida, February 1962. Draken leaned on his forearms, staring out over the rail of the Polynesia as a dark sedan approached on the dock below, its yellow headlights winding crazily through the maze of stacked cargo, crated machine parts, boats in dry dock, mounted lobster traps, all the who-knows-what of an aging, deserted boatyard jammed along the waterside beneath him. He liked this view, the sense of security it gave him, being the only Indian in the fort, as it were, watching Mr. High and Mighty Rhodes having to work his way through the mess to find Butch Draken. He smiled at the thought and reached to toss away the cigarette he'd been smoking. The butt twirled lazily down the wedge of cool night air separating Grant Rhodes's refitted gambling ship from the dockside, where she'd been impounded by Draken's boss, who happened these days to be the sheriff of Palm Beach County. Draken, of course, had lived other lives, as had the ship he now stood upon. He'd been a merchant sailor for a time, and while he had never served in that capacity on this vessel, the Polynesia herself had once had a German name and a tramp steamer's existence, loading coal in Norfolk to be traded for Norwegian ore in Bergen. That given over for fish oil in Kobe. Across to the States again, grain on the West Coast, through the canal and back up for the coal on the East Coast. Around and around we go, until the ship had gotten too small to be profitable. Draken knew about nautical matters, sure enough, and his familiarity led naturally to such assignments as this. "Go sit on that frickin' boat, Draken." Though the truth was that Draken had come to detest boats and everything about them. What had once seemed exotic and enticing in his youth now struck him as troublesome and doomed to disappoint. What he had set his sights on these days had a lot to do with staying in one place. Just like Grant Rhodes had picked the Polynesia out.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?